I believe that there's no inherent meaning to life, that there's no afterlife, and when I die I shall be in the same state that I was before I was born, that we're all a product of monumentally complicated chemical reactions like everything else, and that there's nothing innately special about us, that there's no overarching plan that we follow, no mastermind that watches and guides us, and that all actions are in the end fundamentally meaningless. Every building and city we create will be eroded to dust by time. Every word and idea we have spoken or thought will one day be forgotten, and everything we know is inevitably doomed to end, regardless of our actions. The final destination is always the same. The passage of time and entropy is simply too great a foe to defeat. Every year we continuously extend our existence, but death is inevitable. Humanity may survive for 1,000, 1,000,000, or 1,000,000,000 years before perishing, but this is nothing in the scale of the universe, which, after a number of years so vast that we have no popular name for it, will also die and be bathed in eternal darkness and stagnation. Most people see this belief as too depressing and bleak, an overly nihilistic viewpoint that leads to nothing but a short lifetime of madness, suffering, and despair. But I disagree with this analysis. While my viewpoint often leads to nihilism, when seen through an existentialist or absurdist lens, it can be a surprisingly joyful existence. If there's no meaning to life, you can make your own. The meaning of your life is yours to choose, and once one gets over the choice paralysis, it gives a fantastic sense of freedom. If there's no grand being watching me, and everything is destined to be forgotten, then that means that my mistakes will also be forgotten, regardless of how severe they are. It doesn't matter in the long run, and I am free to make whichever decisions I please. Some argue that this means that there's no absolute morality, no right or wrong, creating an anarchic and unjust society. While I agree with the first point, I believe the second is incorrect. While our moral systems are not set in stone and are free to change, people can still do good, not because of the threat of divine punishment, but due to the joy of helping their fellow human, and making our temporary world a better place than before. Even if the desolation that time heralds is inevitable, and the outcome is fixed, we can take joy in the journey and struggle of attempting to fight it. I fear my death, and despite its inexorability, I fight against it, like any other being. I originally feared my belief, and it brought me deep into an existential crisis. Why even try if I will die anyway? But now, the fact that my atom shall be reunited with that of the wider universe brings me some measure of peace. The purpose I have given myself is to discover everything I can, to combat death's inevitability, where I shall not go quietly into that deep night. I will fight, I will act, and even if my actions will be forgotten, and I shall leave no mark on the wider cosmos, I will know that what I have done. And once I am gone, even if the outcome remains unchanged, my own humanity's resolve and achievements will echo into the void, never to be remembered, but I take pride in the fact that they were once there.